Greetings, thank you for joining me today. Hope wherever you are, life is treating you well. Now, one of my recent videos I was talking about my new bicycle project. I've bought a bicycle frame and I'm amassing parts to rebuild it back to its former glory, if not better. To that end, I'd love to be able to go to the local bricks and mortar shops, the likes of Halfords and the local bicycle independent shops, but it's hard to get the parts you need, especially when it's a niche bicycle, things that are not your 26-inch wheel standards or your 20-inch wheel standards. Anything that deviates from the large bikes and or the BMX is quite hard. But I have looked. I have taken the time to look because I think you always should look and give your local shops the chance. Just prove me wrong. And even when I know there's not a good chance of there being something I want there, I will often just pop in on the off chance because, again, you've got to support your local businesses. That's it. I have been forced to go online, go overseas to find the parts I need. So I had to buy a front hub from the States just to have it in stock, frankly, because I saw it was good. We'll see if that reaches us. It's coming through DHL. Yeah, I know. And the other ones are bought through China. So far, this is how it's going. Now, Temu, Banggood, AliExpress, even eBay, all very good. Now, ethical questions over the sort of conditions these things are manufactured under, we'll put those aside just for a while. Because what we're trying to do here is to keep a bicycle running far longer than the original sellers would intend. We're not going to let this hit landfill, because to let something hit landfill and become wasted within the world is, I think, wrong. You know, you should always do your best to make do and repair, and it's better for all of us if you do that. Plus, I want a bicycle. And if I could buy local, I would. If I could buy UK made parts, I would. Trust me, I would. Even if they were slightly more expensive, because you have that kudos, don't you? But it's been a long time since a lot of things were manufactured here in the UK. Things like bicycle parts. We did have manufacturers that did used to make the parts, even within Wolverhampton, even within Birmingham. My ancestors have worked in bicycle factories, but no more. No more. Now, if you're thinking of starting a business creating those parts, well, good luck to you. The economy is not brilliant, but we've got to try somewhere. It's not something I'm capable of doing, but I would love to see it happen, you know? Something more than just the niche bicycle frames that cost thousands of pounds. We need components. Affordable components, good quality components. That having been said, now the parts have been rolling in, so today had a delivery. It's Sunday. Today had a delivery from Temu, my local courier pop round. So let me show you what I've got. So the first thing, it's a long bicycle saddle tube in a nice purpley colour. It's quite light, and it's got an integrated saddle clamp, which is really nice. You just undo the bolts, and then the rungs of the saddle, they go there, and you just clamp it to the appropriate position. I prefer this to the separate saddle clamp that you can get that goes on the individual tube, because those require far more dexterity than I have. Just a fact. It's a brand. It's a brand. Never seen the brand before, but I will look for it again because it's really high quality. It is ribbed. You can see it is ribbed, which will help it stay put. When I clamp down on this tube, it will stay put within the bicycle frame. It is also graduated, so you can tell, as long as you're within this region here, you know it's not too far out of the bicycle frame. The risk is, if you don't have the graduations and you're not entirely aware, you could have it in the last couple of inches, and then you'll snap the top end of your bicycle frame. Easily done, and then that's that. That will require an awful lot of work to fix, or you just trash the whole frame. So I like that. It's going to mean it's easier to maintain, easier to see when it's wrong, and safer. So I like it. Yeah, I do. Really nice, and it's not the lightest, but then for what it gives you, I think it's about right weight wise. I will or maybe put in the notes exactly how much this weighs and a link to the seller within Temu. But there are a number of different sellers selling it. It's really nice, high quality. Like it. That'll look gorgeous with my grey bicycle frame. Now, some people say, oh, you should go for the lightest parts possible. Yeah, maybe. But I prefer to go for sturdy parts. This is a commuter bicycle after all, and I do not want it leaving me stranded on the side of the road just because it's something simple that could have been avoided. You know. On to the next one. So next is an essential for road use here in the UK. You have to have it even if you're not one of those cyclists that uses it, and that's a bell or a horn or something to warn people of your approach. To that end, the one that was on the bicycle frame when I got it was rusted solid, so there was no saving it. Not easily, and I didn't like the aesthetic. I prefer to go old school. These come in a variety of colours for those who want to match the frame. I thought silver might go best with the grey of the frame. When I've set it up properly, it will ring out far more clearly. Nice, simple. Like it. Next, I've got brake cable outer, again to match in braided silver. Really tough, like it, and not so easy to compress, so your brake cable can't be constricted by who knows what. To go with that, the outer, I've got the inners, 2 brake cable inners, nice and thick, like it. Let's get these things out of the way. Next on the list is a quality of life thing, and if you've got a motorcycle you might suffer the same issue. It's about getting tension, the right tension in the bicycle chain. If you have a chain that's too loose, it can come off, it can jam, it can be a potential hazard to you on the road. Hazard to you and other road users, of course. And if you've got a motorcycle, the same applies. If your chain comes off at speed, it can really mess up your day. So it's worth having a chain tensioner on the back forks where the wheel fixes. So the dropouts, that's what I'm looking for on the dropouts. So it goes, these go through, the spindle goes through here, and then this part, if you've got the appropriate dropout, this is for straight dropouts. This clamps on the end of your dropouts, and you use the bolt here to adjust and pull the wheel to the appropriate tension. And I've got 2 of them, so it also comes with spare bolts as well. One shorter one for those who have different needs, and one for a longer one. So that's nice. It's an alloy, again, different colours available, but I thought I'll go with black because black and grey go together quite well, and there wasn't a grey option. I've got 2 of those. And oh yes, that's moving on. The rest of it was non-bicycle related within the order, although I do have these rather funky grub screw wire holder thingamies, wire clamps. These are quite helpful sometimes when you've got the likes of gear cables with your derailleur. Now this is a single speed bicycle, so it's not going to suffer that, but for my other bike that does have a derailleur, this is quite helpful because it can go on the end of a cable and just fix it down when you need a little extra assistance. So I thought a couple of pounds, that was worth having. Now tyres, I bought 2 nice matching tyres from UK sellers. The first time, I had to order them twice this week. The first time I ordered it correctly as 14-inch tyres, but what came was 20-inch tyres, which works for my wife's bicycle, so that's fine. I didn't send it back or kick up a fuss. I did order correctly, and I checked though. Second time around, this seller got it correct, and I shall post the link to that one, I guess, in the description if I can remember. Nice, not bobbly, nice grip on them, of course. They are fat tyres, and I've got inner tubes to go with them, of course. There we go. That'll be nice, really nice. And they smell the part as well. and they are appropriately marked as well. Nice. So let me pause. Things keep falling over, so I have to keep pausing the video to make sure I don't have to keep reworking 10-20 minutes worth of talking. Next on the list, hubs. Let me show you the hub I purchased. Again, UK seller, eBay. This is a rear hub, cheap and cheerful, designed for a nice fat spindle, like it, and standard stuff, spleen freewheel. Really nice action on that. It has been used before by the look of it. There are a few marks on the holes where the spokes go through, but nothing major. That may be even just something they do in the factory to test, who knows. But I like it, and it will be running brake discs, of course. Cheap and cheerful. It is quite sturdy, quite heavy. Don't care. I ordered, for some reason I decided to order the front wheel, the front hub, twice. So this first one, I ordered one from the States and one from China. This one's kind of dinky, it's sweet. It comes with it's a quick release spindle, which I'm not a fan of, but it was too sweet not to. After the fact, once I placed the order and spent the money, I did notice there was a version which isn't quick release. Next time, maybe, next time. Really, really affordable. As you can tell, it's also set up for brake discs on the front. It does come with a wee spindle. It is a wee spindle as well. And the problem with this is this will work with my other folder without adjustment. This will be absolutely fine with that. But this is not quite wide enough to go between the forks on my new bike. So there are little doohickeys that you can get to slot on the edge of these, because this is where the fork should go. You can get a little slot on thing that means you can use it with forks that are wider. So I'm going to get a couple of those and use that. Otherwise, really, really nice. It might have just been one for stock had it not been for the availability of the adapters. It's got, I don't know whether it's user serviceable or not. I suspect I'm going to need a press in order to take it apart because it's not screw fits. But it's really, really nice. It's got a nice action. You can hear the bearings. No, rather, you can't hear the bearings. You can hear the bearings are smooth enough that you can't hear them. You can feel the bearings are smooth as well. Beautiful. It is Rock Bro. Alleges to be Rock Bro. Yeah, I know it's cheap and cheerful, but this is the sort of build we're going for here. I better put the spindle back in there, just for now, just for safekeeping. I always keep things, even if they're not in the appropriate size in the moment, because you never know when these things will come in handy later on with other builds. You know, like I say, this would work just fine without adjustment on my old bike. Last on the list for now is, I'll show you the box that it came in first of all. Oh, again, well packed by China sellers, well packed within packaging, but this came with a box. I'll show you the box. There it is. I don't recognise the brand, but I'll be looking for this again because it's really nice. It's because it's a single speed bicycle, but I'm using a multi-speed rear hub. You need adapters, so it's a single speed hub gear. You can buy them in a number of teeth sizes. This is the largest one available. My idea is that I will be going for the lowest gear possible, the lowest gear because my knees need it. This will enable me to get up hills, albeit slowly, but really, really nice. It's designed to slide on the spleens, as you can see. It comes with a number of adapters and a locking nut as well to go with that. It's got everything you need. Now, I may well decide to get alternative cogs as well, just for different occasions, because sometimes that's useful. But for now, I thought, yeah, that's how this is going to be. Simple, elegant and simple. Really do like it. And yes, it does fit on the other hub. It does fit on the hub. Standard size, beautiful. You can pop it on there thusly. Oh, it's running the wrong way. There we go. Beautiful. These again are available in different colours depending on what your bicycle aesthetic is. Yeah, I decided black. You can never go too far wrong with black, and it was the affordable option in the listing. So yeah, so happy with what I've got so far. We'll see obviously about durability, and durability does count. Durability, longevity and so on. But anyway, thank you for watching. Whatever you do, take care, stay safe, see you soon. Bye for now. Greetings, thank you for joining me today. Hope wherever you are, life is treating you well. Now, recent viewers will have seen my bicycle project that I'm currently engaged in. I'm amassing parts for that, and I'm having to go overseas to Temu, eBay, AliExpress and so on. Honourable mention for Banggood as well. All those places to get the parts because our local shops don't carry them. We have Halfords and one independent, but neither one of those really carry the parts. They're only interested in selling complete bikes, and they're not really interested in selling the spokes, the rims, the individual components. Anything more complex than an inner tube and bicycle tyre, they're not interested. So overseas we go. Now when you do this, if you've not done it before, where have you been? But for those who don't know, you have to add things to the order to bring up the value of the order, because a couple of spokes, a rim for your bicycle may not make up the value of the order you need. It's very affordable. So the system starts showing you other things that you don't know you need, or things that are nice tact to have. Now, I'm not one for accumulating things I'm not going to use, useless crap, because it just ends up in landfill eventually. But when you've got to make up the numbers on an order and you just can't think of it any other way, I think there's no problem with putting something in there that works to that end. This is impressive. So it's a shower head attachment, and it's 3D printed. They have 3D printed the thread. It's one unit. They've 3D printed the thread where you screw on the shower hose, which is impressive. It's not as round as I would like, but I know why. But it works. So that's impressive in and of itself. And what it is, you fix it on your shower hose, and it creates a vortex of tiny water jets in this tube. And then if you're a chap, you could use this. If you're a chap of an appropriate size, this you could use as a special shower head. And the chaps all know what I mean. Obviously, if you're not a chap, it's not much use to you. But it is an interesting demonstration of what can be done with 3D printing these days, state of the art. I'll put in a still video showing the individual holes, because my camera here will not pick them out, I don't think. Much as I might try. Hundreds of tiny little holes, and it does work. I've seen it work, but as you can see by the size of it, it's not for every chap, unfortunately. So it will sit on the shelf as an oddity, a demonstration of the state of the art. Very impressive. Sub £2. Your price may vary, your mileage may vary if you want one of these. Again, it may sit on the shelf for you because they've clearly decided it's going to be a certain size, and if you're not that size, well, I guess don't buy it. But you can never always easily tell with the pictures. That's why I like it when the customers have put in a picture to give you a better idea of scale with this and so many other things. But yeah, really cute. Like it. And well, if this is what we can do then with toys like this, then who knows what we can achieve by making really useful things. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye for now. Oh, we will focus, yeah. Very impressive.